Here we go. Welcome. It's Wednesday evening. How are we? Hope we're well. Is there football on the telly? Is there? No one's mentioned it. Doesn't really need to be. Doesn't need to be football on the telly because we've got better stuff. We've got better stuff to watch tonight. Crystal Palace, January transfer window, £47 million to spend. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Here we are. The Arsenal says there is no football on the telly. I mean, well, yeah, I've seen the result. I've seen the score so far, Arsenal. So yeah, it's I understand that. Zar says we are going up. Can't argue with what Zar says. Can't argue because look at this. Let's have a quick little notice as to where we are in the championship title race. We are currently 5th. Evening Monaret. We are indeed on the transfer stream. Zeep's in, resubbing for 3 months on the road, on the bounce, I should say. Sorry, turned up for TJ, stayed for Wardy. Appreciate you, Zeep. Thank you very much, of course, for the support. It's genuinely much appreciated. This is where we are. So we're currently 5th in the league. 11 wins out of 22 games, 5 draws, 6 defeats. A goal difference of +8. We have 38 points, which makes, by my maths, what's that? That's 16 points behind Leeds. That's quite a lot. We've just nudged our way into the playoffs now. Have to start closing ourselves down on Preston, start closing ourselves down on Stoke, or just cementing ourselves in the playoffs. But it's not a million miles away from being battling with Borough here. This, of course, is the last few matches as well. Ali's in there, 19 months. Ali, appreciate you with the sub there as well. 19 months is fantastic. And of course, Ali's saying he's off to see the Villa live when they come to the States. That's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm sure you can look forward to that, Ali. It's going to be excellent to see them. This is where we are right now. Look, we thought we had a bit of dodginess last stream. We lost 4 games in our last sort of little looking around, like, what are we doing? How's things working? Spanked by Leeds, who were the league leaders, so we kind of like take that out a little bit. Lost 1-0 to Derby, that was a bit shit. Then we think we've fixed the 4-3-3 because we've only conceded 1 goal in our last 5 games. So that's pretty good. And we beat Middlesbrough, who were second. We beat them 2-0, so that's pretty decent, right? So it seems like we've got ourselves playing. Defensively, we're looking solid. Don't say that too loudly, Tony. You've got to play Plymouth next. And you've got to play Bournemouth. So Plymouth are currently 20th. Bournemouth are currently 14th. Then it's Burnley in 6th. Then it's Luton in 21st. Hull in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Everton 8th. Watford 10th. The transfer window, of course, will be open very shortly. Evening, Dan FM. How are you, my man? Welcome in. This is where we are. So this is what's interesting. Goals have been difficult to come by. Let's go and buy goals. That's what we thought. How do you buy goals in the Championship? By the guy who's leading the charts. Basically, go and buy the top goal scorer in the league. That's what we're doing. Look at that. See, joining Crystal Palace here. 10.75 million, I believe, is how much we've agreed to pay to get him in. Raggio in for 22 months. Appreciate you, Raggio. Very, very kind indeed. Again, awesome support all round. Even Fat Nige, how are we? Too busy to really concentrate too much. Looking for a giant step towards the Premier League title. On your game or my game. Of course, even in real life, I guess, is also the other thing. But welcome in, of course. It's always a pleasure to have you. Dan FM, not overly happy about the football so far. The Arsenal goal, also not too happy as well. But this is Rory Wilson, so we're going to get him in. He's currently leading the goal scoring charts in the Championship. Relishes big matches, which is what we need. We need someone who hopes, sees those matches and goes, you know what, yeah, we want to better that. Great pace, composure, plenty of international experience, consistent performer, that's what we need. Good performances he's been doing, matches the club's philosophy, and let's face it, it's 17 goals in 18 games. That's what we need, right? That is what we need. 3 in the Carabao Cup as well, 20 and 21 this season. And it's not just this season he scored goals. Last season, 26 and 45 in all competitions, 13 and 45 the season before, 20 and 44, 19 and 43, 16 and 46. Like, he's consistent. Do you know what I mean? He's consistent. 21 and 47. Like, he has got goals at Preston. So, That's what we're hoping for. Even a big Rogie, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Corpling Major League Baseball. Don't apologise at all. Do not apologise, Rogie. It's a pleasure to have you in, as you know. This, of course, so that's the first one. So Rory Wilson's coming in. Naga is going. Like, I don't know if you were in the stream on Monday night, but Naga's going. Naga's going to go to Benfica. 20-odd million up front, and then there's like some sort of transfer over. That's like, it's going to balance out. It was going to rise to 33 million. You can't see behind my head here, but 33 million. 21 million pounds up front. We love Naga, but it's just not working out, right? And he hasn't been scoring goals consistently, and I think we're trying to play to him, and it's just not happening. So it's like, right, get him off, get him sold, get some money in. He's off to play with Radoni as well, so he's clearly going to score 1,000 goals. But cash in on that, so he goes out. And then we also brought in this lad, Radisha Golubovic, who is £900,000. I don't even think we're paying that much money. We're paying like 500 grand or 600 grand or something. We've knocked that 45 grand a wage down as well. But he plays for Bayern Munich in Liga 3, so Munich 2. First touch of 15, finishing of 13, determination of 17, off the ball of 15, composure of 14, acceleration. We thought, you know what, maybe take a chance on him. 5'11", 23 years old. He's got 10 goals in 19 games in Liga 3. He might be a decent player. Like, let's have a little look. He's bossing Liga 3. I know there's a big step up between Liga 3 and the Championship. There's a lot of expectation he's going to become a very, very good player. We might not ever get to see that because we're probably going to be away by that point. But he's cheap enough. He's an option off the bench. So that's what we've obviously bringing in for definite so far. I think, and I've put it in the chat, I think we still need a midfield destroyer and a ball-playing centre-half, because we don't have a ball-playing centre-half. Sarah, Jancic, the Cure, they're all just centre-backs. Sign Christian Rogisic. Well, Rogie would be an option. Rogie could still be an option, to be honest. We could still go back in there and sign him in. I think McBride's playing well. I think Vlahovic is playing well. But I think that we lack something in this little area here. So maybe Bacola, that replacement there, possibly. Maybe there's a replacement for Vismara, because Owen's in there doing pretty well, to be honest. 3 goals in 10 games. Vismara, 3 goals in 7 games. Bacola, I guess, has sort of stepped up a little bit into that role. I've played him at right back as well. But Sam Jones is the left back, who can be swapped out for Z. Obviously, we've got Turk as well, but he might end up leaving. So some of what we're looking at might depend upon who leaves as well. To be honest, Angel, £22 million. He's not really hit the ground running. He is temperamental personality. We knew it was going to be a bit of a risk, so he's there or thereabouts. But I don't know. I'm not sure if he's quite got the gonna get in properly. Mrs. J gifting in on the subs. Daldox 82 picks up. Appreciate Mrs. J. There's another hype train hit right now. Look at that. Choo choo choo. Away we go. Gumbau, of course, can come back in and join the long line of left midfielders we've got. We've got Damjanovic playing up top at the minute. Militao, of course, can come back into central midfield if needs be. So that's sort of where we are, really, I guess. That's my thinking. Midfield destroyer, a ball playing centre half, and then maybe a left back if we've got a bit of cash. Has the sub come up? I haven't seen it, Dan, but that's not to say that maybe you haven't. If you have done it, if you've clicked on it, I think there's a little thing that you need to click, like a little message that flashes up. You can just hit that straight away, and that makes it do. I think you can do it like without even posting a message, but don't worry, there's no pressure. As soon as I see it, I'll shout you out. You know that. So let's just keep this going on, shall we? There's a couple of players that we like the look of as well, so we'll talk through them as we're going through, and we can sort of be like, hey, what do we think of these guys? And, is this someone that we want to be looking at? Obviously, I've given 25 subs. Jesus, you owe me some flowers. Mrs. J, that's a lot of money that's come out of the joint account. Like, technically, am I gifting them to myself in that sense? Evening past the Dutch. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. I did something I shouldn't have done before I loaded the strip, before I clicked live, right? Don't hate me for this, okay? What keeps happening at TNS? Why do their managers keep leaving? Nicky Eaton-Collins has gone to join Walsall, which is fine. You know, Anthony Wright's back in charge again as the sort of the temporary solution. George Honeyman, of course, he came in, he left to go and sign for Swindon. I mean, I don't know if we put it in the bank for next season and get the interview done now, or whether we just leave it, focus on actually getting some stuff done, and tackle that as and when we get there at the end of the season. I think that might be the best way to go, because I know we had some promises of do not apply for jobs, but thankfully, it's already gone. It's already gone. Like, you know. So we can apply for it and push it to the end of the season. So it would be incredible if you just fuck off going to the Premier League for the Welsh leagues. It sounds like the sort of thing I would do, Rogie, to be honest. Up the Eagles, though, says Zar, and I think he's right. Up the Eagles, indeed. We can always come to TNS later on. We've got to do all of Wales. We've got to do all of Scotland. So I'm going to hang fire just for now, right? Angel wants to go out on loan. £22 million worth of transfer in that's just not worked. Oh well. Damn you, Blackburn. So, do we think that's the right idea? Just leave TNS where it is right now and sort of like just mosey on about. Tremalada still maybe doesn't want to join us, does he? Evening A15, how are you, buddy? His technical ability is a hallmark of his players' approach to the game. I mean, never seen the TNS job come up so much, only come up once. There's a reputation booster from TNS. You go to Walsall, that's true. We need the Pizza Cup again, don't we? Well, we can go from TNS to Scotland quite happily. You know, that could be a thing. Chevron could be a fantastic signing. He could be, but I don't think he's going to be. I don't think we're bothering there. TNS or no TNS? There we go. There's the questions. Tony, stop looking at jobs. Yeah, like the thing is, I don't think we should be looking at jobs just yet. I think we should leave it, and it's my own silly fault. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going there. Ideally, we don't make it to Scotland anymore until November. Scotland, man. Yeah, we need to do Scotland as well, don't we? Like, what are we thinking? Hard not to win the league as a manager, get a rep boost and move on to a bigger club. Now the thing is, though, it's what bigger club are we going to move to? Because I don't think we're not going to get, as I just proved there, you know, we're not going to go back into the Championship, are we? With yeah, we're not going to go back into the Championship. We're going to end up having to go into League One. So I think let's focus on what we're doing, right? Focus on Crystal Palace into the Premiership. That's what we need to do. Also, by the way, Nuno Espirito Santo is the Plymouth manager, which of course came up in the last stream, I should say. Sorry. So if you were unaware as to what's going on there, that's what's happening at that point. So Boxing Day, here we come. Boxing Day is happening, and we are at home to Plymouth. So it's a relatively nice trip up the road for the Plymouth fans. It's not great on Boxing Day, is it? Into Croydon. Not sure about that. But then we return the favour by going to Bournemouth. And then Burnley. So it's quite a bit of travelling. Vlahovsky's failed a fitness test for this match, so he's not coming in. The Cure is back. Replace Jancic, I think. Naga, of course, is Just keep him out on the bench. Just don't really need him at this point. Caleb is back, which is interesting. Well, we did put Damjanovic up front to see how he got on, and he wasn't too bad, to be honest. But let's put Gumbau in for Mambenda. Right, let's see how that goes on. So we don't need to go to TNS now that Joel will come around soon enough. That's what I think. That's why I think Arsenal. Yeah, I think part of me thinks we have to try Scotland again next. I just feel that's where we're going. Oh dear, giving the ball away, Robert Smith. Banbridge again. We could go back to Northern Ireland. We could. We still have a couple of things we need to finish there. We need to win the Northern Irish Championship. We need 2 more cups. So, do you know what I mean? Wait until who's up and down. That's Nige. That's maybe the thing. We expected East Fife to get relegated, and they didn't. That's what threw us. We were like, oh, that'll be great. We'll go to Scottish League 2. We can resurrect them. Up we go. Bastards stayed up, didn't they? Made it more difficult for ourselves by going, oh, you know what? Let's just stay in this division. That'll be good, won't it? No. Wasn't. I was literally hoping to go in at the bottom rung of the ladder. I certainly hadn't budgeted for staying in that division. TNS of its franchise, I think you should look for a different Welsh club. But I think you're right as well, Mona. I'd like to win it with a different club, to be honest. You know, it might well be the easy one. Like Linfield, of course, we've done our bit for winning with the easy clubs with Linfield. In Northern Ireland, winning with a club that are actually Welsh. There we go. There's Rogie just looking mic dropping straight in. He's not wrong though. Didn't they move to Newtown to Oswestry? I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but possibly. It used to be Total Network Solutions, didn't it? Then they became the New Saints. When it was the old Saints, yes. When it was the New Orleans Saints, how about I do that? Flying an NFL franchise, doing that way. When it was All Saints. The band or the hipster clothes shop? A bit of both, I suppose, really. Win it with Patron Saints. To be fair, I'm assuming you wouldn't know who All Saints were. Band is a bit generous. Yeah, true. McBride, Gumbau. We'll never ever win it with All Saints. Win it with Saints Patrick. Saints Patrick would work. Or St Michael, that's Marks and Spencer's, isn't it? They're merging 2 clubs. That's what happened. Okay, right. Well, in that case, yeah, we can't be TNS then. If it's 2 clubs, that's not the way to do it, is it? That doesn't really fit our agenda. Damjanovic straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah, it's unfair. There's 2 clubs making 1 club. That's not what you want, is it? But with no Saints. But it was Southampton. When it was St and Greavesy. Win the Johnston's Paints. Let's go a bit more direct, shall we? Bring Bismara off, I reckon, for Owen. I even bring Batala on, actually. Oof. A bit more aerial threat up front. Gumbao's starting to tire. He's having a good game, though, but let's get him off. Let's get Batala on. Caleb can go out wide. Only plays as a number 10, but actually, we might be able to 4-4-2. 4-2-4, actually. Just could bring Bacola off. Owen gives the ball to nobody, apparently. Malteser Falcon on. I come and see 20 considering moving to the seas. Oof. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Mal. I need to send that thing to you. Mal, remind me. I know that I need to send that thing. Feel bad. Here I am sat doing this and I'm like, oh shit, I've got things I need to do, haven't I? I'm aware of it, don't worry. Very well indeed though. Like you should probably all follow Malteser Falcon, by the way, if you're not doing so already. Because he's awesome. He's awesome. And he's also the current Super League, the current FM playoffs champion, sorry, so yeah, make sure you follow him. Even Tomo, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. 16 months I should say, sorry. In with the support. We're not going to go to TNS, Mal. The job keeps coming up, so we know we're going to have to go there eventually, but we'd rather not. We'd rather go somewhere morally better than TNS. But we need to also still get a promotion for Crystal Palace, so that's the main thing we need to try and do. And it looks like we're going to potentially eke out another 0-0 draw. Nil is fine defensively, but nil is not fine attackingly. I say potentially because, of course, we've still got 5 minutes plus time added on left, so anything could happen. Over the top. I want to update progress, actually, because we're on 9 trophies now. Well, 9, and the thing only says 8. Oh, balls at the top, there's Bacola. Roller Bacola. Oh. Nearly. He wasn't expected to be that far up. But yeah, we're getting there slowly, Mal. The challenge, we're making it look a little bit more difficult than it probably needs to be, but we're having fun with it. That's the main thing, right? Agreed. Absolutely based. Don't get it. Don't understand what he's saying. Just smiling and nodding politely. Going, yep, he's right. When he's hipping down with the kids, only in the sense that I occasionally listen to grime music when I'm lifting weights, but other than that, not so much. Even Rada, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Another 0-0. That's right, Zetha. It's not the worst thing in the world though, because this is now, if you look at it, what's good about that is that's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clean sheets in a row. So that's pretty good, right? Let's ignore the problems with the strikers right now, because we are bringing strikers in. But it's interesting to see that the defence is starting to shore itself up. You know? Given the fact that we tried to sort of build this 4-3-3, which we don't normally use, to be honest. But we're just sort of like saying, right, can we get it working? You know, I've tried it out on the World Heavyweight Championships. It's just gone. There was I was just like, you know what? I've not tried it in PvP. I wasn't expecting to win anyway, and I wasn't expecting to not work as well as badly as it did. But I think we've made tweaks to it on stream now to get it a bit better, and I think defensively it's now looking a lot more solid. What we need is we just need someone to go and put the ball in the net at the other end. And hopefully we bought them. Hopefully. It's not thrilling, but it's effective. That's, you know what? That's what she said. That's what she said, bearded child. Right? And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. It's screaming out for a Paul Ward. I think in a proper 4-3-3 with 3 strikers rather than like inverted winger and forward, yes, Paul Ward would get loads of goals. But in the system we've got right now, not so much. He can't run the line on his own. That's the thing. He can't. He's not that player. And because of that, we'd then be carrying him. And we can't really afford to carry him because it's just not right. It's not how it works, unfortunately. Let's put Batala up front, actually, instead of Danjamovic. Let's put Danjamovic out wide. Skutelis can come on the bench. Bride needs resting. Sam Jones probably could do with a rest as well, actually. Cerro can switch around for Jancic. So you see what I mean? Like we're in this situation now where we're like having to try and move just a couple of players every game because there's not a lot of time for recovery in these in this Christmas schedule. Might even take Bacola out actually and put Militao in. And do that. You Kadamari up top. Oh yes, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I mean, the thing is, I like the idea of Vlahovsky as a roaming playmaker, but we've not managed to get enough run of games for him to see if he can fit that. And again, we've been sort of tweaking the tactic to see whether or not a roaming playmaker would fit in. Maybe it would fit in place of the central midfielder on attack, possibly. So that might be where we look to place him. Because I know he can play out wide, but I think he's an inside player personally, rather than having him out wide. But you never know. I'm expecting to have a tough game here as well because they've obviously got 5 at the back. So a lone striker is gonna struggle. So we might have to go for a little bit of help from those wide players. Maybe we do go sort of narrower 4-3-3 here. Pull Damjanovic in. Make him a 2 up top. We'll see how the second half goes, but as long as defensively we're looking tight, that's all we need. Palace have now slipped behind Cardiff. See if we can just nudge to January, then we know we've got a new striker coming in. We have to hope, obviously, that he hits the ground running. That's what we're hoping for, anyway. Jones, Damjanovic. That was one through Basmara there. 2-ram intercept. Nice ball. Bofsky gets a corner. Damjanovic's corner coming in. Well held by the keeper. Keeper, of course, called Krapikas, which is a wonderful name. I feel like he should be in my team, to be honest. Tiran Basmara, Majovsky, Adej, Batala, Basmara. Oh, lovely football. Can't finish it though. See, all the difficult, intricate bits we can do. It's when it comes to putting the ball in the net, that's when they start to let themselves down a little bit. You need to drill that composure a little better. Vlahovsky with a free kick. Floats it, just headed wide by the Cure. It's called the Cure, by the way, if you're brand new, because he's called Robert Smith. So I've nicknamed him the Cure. Jamie Luke Robert Smith, the man who's got far too many names if you ask me. Like he could donate one of them to a Brazilian who's only got one name. And he'd still have too many names. Poor Brazilian lads walking around one name, he's got 4. I'm sure. Right. So it's currently 0-0 again in the first half. Which is totally fine. Adej Vlahovski. Oh, wins it back. No free kick. That'll do. Ronaldinho Smith. I like it. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect, isn't it? Or Luke Ronaldinho. Yeah. Jamie Ronaldo. Brilliant. JR9. Great ball through. Batalla. Strong tackle. It's not a penalty. Adej, Vlahovski. Adej. Jones. Militao. He's not going to score from there, is he? More positive. I think you're right. We've given it 5 minutes. So, trouble is, we're playing decent, and it's that thing of going, like, eventually we'll wear them down. But, possession-wise, 56%, slightly dropped now. 55 for Smara, down to 6.5. He might need to be replaced. Damjanovic 6.5. Now we're doing what we need to do. Let's make a change, actually. I'm going to pop him back there. Put Man Bender on. Was the pod discontinued? Asks Apollo. No, we're on a slight break at the minute, Apollo. Last episode was March, you're right. We are doing a couple of bits and pieces behind the scenes. We should be making a bit of an announcement very, very shortly as to what's happening with it. So yes, not discontinued, but we're just doing an end of season or sort of little mid-season break sort of thing so far. But yeah, do keep checking on it. We'll hopefully have an announcement fairly shortly as to what's going on. But I'll tell you what, I'm missing it as well. It's nice to have you in though, Apollo. Do we sacrifice? What's the plan for the save tonight? Looking for a new job or trying not to get sacked? No. The plan for tonight, Tomo, is to get a couple more players in and push on to solidify our playoffs March, or better still, make our way into the automatic spots. That's what we want to be doing. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. Can we ask you to sack your agent to make negotiations easier? What for the pod? Yeah, 100%. Get me a new agent. Probably could do with that, to be honest. Let's get a new agent in. Right, let's do that. Get Mrs. J on it. Oh, you better believe if Mrs. J was on it, things would be getting done. Things would get sorted out if Mrs. J was sorting out. Alright, Vlahovski needs to come off as well. I heard a rumour they aren't going to agree to the rider yet. Too many trifles. I mean, well, this is the problem, innit? If I've now got a reputation about the trifles, then all of a sudden everyone's like, all right, more trifles, is it? Shit. Right, 4 minutes to go. Have we made a change at the wrong time? No, not yet. Even Johnny D, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're well. 6 shots, 1 on target. That's not good, is it? We've gone 4-2-4 as well. So kind of like see if we can help get ourselves something. 40 seconds to go. One fan roll the dice, possibly. Militao. Ian and Barton, how are you? Good ball in. Gleb. Bryan intercepts it. It's all over. Croydon Trifles don't score anymore. I mean, it's another 0-0. Don't go pulling those faces, Heather. Nil-nils are fine, right? Nil-nils are fine. It'll be okay. Will 20 nil-nils be enough? Maybe. You know what the thing? We're now going to get the strikers in. Barnes just coming here asking about Wilson. We're just about to roll into the first of the month, of January. So then, of course, we'll get Wilson in. And that's when we're going to find out what's happening. Maybe we don't start balanced. Maybe we start positive a little bit more. Try and get ourselves in. You know, push on a bit more than that. Maybe things will be a bit better. But, you know, the positives from this, and there are positives, believe it or not, the positives is that we're actually, we're not conceding goals. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, as Rajio said there, 7 games, unbeaten. It's working slowly. Like, it might not be the quick fix that we want, but, you know, that's all you need, isn't it? You just need to be going, right, can we get results done, you know? This is improving my reputation as a manager. Yeah. I imagine it will. I imagine if you, like, as you say, if you can get to that thing where you're like, right, okay, you know, if you go on these long runs of not losing, then I guess you do become a little bit more employable. But this is a big match here against Burnley. After all the new blood around, we better see some goals. Well, maybe, yeah. I think you're right. I think we need to look at that new defensive record, 6 without conceding. See? It's not all doom and gloom, is it? You know, old Tony Mourinho over here. Yeah? This is the thing. It's all a process. It's all a process, right? Better with an advanced playmaker than the Roman playmaker giving you a heat map from the last game. Yeah, but that's the last game. Obviously, games will change. I think that, you know, we brought a lot of players in at the start, so we've got that obviously to remember. Yeah, that's obviously taken a bit of time to gel. We're now going to bring some players in January. They're then going to need some time to gel. So, you know, it might be a little bit bumpy, but we're in there or thereabouts. We're in the playoff mix. We are not under any pressure from the board at this point because they're expecting us to be top half of the table. Top half of the table. So, you know, in that sort of like, there you go. Yeah, recall a top half finish. That's what they want. Be competitive in the FA Cup, possibly. Be competitive in the Carabao Cup, possibly. Right. All that we haven't really done is sign players under 23 and under 20. So they actually want a longer term plan, right? Obviously, we can't give them a longer term plan because we don't think they're going to win the Premier League next season or the season after. But hey, you never know. It's not going to be. But, you know, let's wait and find out. Let's see just what happens. But there's definitely positive signs. Trust the process, Rada. Exactly. Trust the process. Respect the point as well. That's the other one that we say around here. Burnley's going to be an interesting one. We're at home to Burnley. And yeah, like, let's see what happens. If it's 0-0, it's 0-0. Do you know what I mean? It's Roman playmakers worth trying in the DM position. Yeah, we've got him down as a DLP at the minute. So the issue that we've got at this point now is trying to go, where do we, you know, do we change up everything, or do we sort of try and just move one piece at a time? Like, you know, what's the best thing to try and change? So that's what we need to try and work out. And there are a couple of players that, if they become available, are very, very interesting for us. 19 for leadership, 15 for teamwork, anticipation, bravery, long shots of 17. Oh, yeah. Evolution, 100%, 100% A15. Like, but I think you can only evolve something if it's working in the first instance. And at this point, I'm still not fully convinced that we're getting the best out of everything yet. Like, for example, we're playing with a complete forward. I'm not sure that we have a complete forward. We certainly don't have proper forwards. We've got two sort of deep line playmakers essentially, deep line forwards. They're happy with the two signings. So Rory Wilson's in, and Globovic is in. Globovic has gone up to 18 million quid, which is good. They're expecting him to be a leading Premiership player. Actually, there's his potential. 4.5-star potential, apparently. Should be a leading player for most Championship sides. Fair amount of pace. Enjoys big matches. Probably needs a bit more endurance training. That's good. What role did Preston use Wilson in? It's a very good question. We might be able to find out. If we find out he was used as been injured for a couple of weeks, let's try about here. No, not there. How do I find Wonder Kids? No idea at all. I'm guessing just keep your eyes on the international youth setups. That's what I think will be the best way to look at it. So how do I see their actual tactic here? With a very, very big net. Yeah. How do we find where he played? Check it. You can check on this form switch team for Preston. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's Preston, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't tell you which position he played, does it? Striker. Central striker. That doesn't really help us. I'm sure there's a way of finding it. I'm sure you could find it on there. But anyway, high scoring. Doesn't necessarily head in many. Aggressive shooting. Advanced forward, they're reckoning as the starter for 10. That works for me. 130 goals in 310 games for Preston, by the way. Best role advanced forward. So, yeah, let's bung him in there. Hopefully he can have some on reports form. All right. Advanced forward. There we go. Advanced forward. Yeah, we're right. Good spot. Thank you, Zeep. Okay, so he's going to come back to full fitness imminently, which is handy to know. So Naga's leaving on the 3rd, so we can take him out. That's fine. Who else is going to go? Right. Roy Wilson in. Golubovic will need to come in as well. $5 million? No, more money than that. Thank you very much. There you go. Sam Jones and Jancic, Young Players of the Month. Nice. And it's Akiri. There you go, that's positive. It's a bit of positive news, isn't it? A couple of young players getting in there, doing well. Let's see how we go against Burnley then, because Wilson might not be fit enough to start, sadly. Stoke City fan player look up. Okay, I mean, well, we've got attribute masking on Stoke City, and we're in 2036. But go for it. Who have you got? Emmanuel Adoa, wanted by Fiorentina. Right, Phillips. Not in. No. No joy, I'm afraid. He's either retired or he wasn't in the game to start off with. Was he in the game when we first start and we first load it up? That'll be the thing. If he's not there on day one when the game came out, then he wouldn't be there, unfortunately. Retired, yeah, he's in the game, probably retired. Yeah. There you go, that's where we are. See, they're literally at the point now where young players will retire. So, right, Rory Wilson is fit, back, and rushed straight into the first team. Advance forward. Can only play 45 minutes, but that's enough for us. That's more than enough. Pull Blahowski back out. Centre half Sarah Vigancic, maybe? Yeah. So he runs with the ball often. Yeah, if he runs, that's fine. Right. Okay. Here we go then, let's find out what we can do. Danjamovic, keep him in, or bring Gumbau in. Bring Damjanovic in. Right. Okay, let's go. Roy Wilson leads the line. Let's see what he can do, shall we? See if we have to cross the ball. And he's not good in the air, apparently. He doesn't win headers very much, but we'll see what Mr. Wilson can do up top. We're still on work the ball in the box. Vlahovski's playing a bit more inside. Nice ball through for Wilson. Early doors. McBride. Cure. Turam. Jones. Nice little ball in. Not quite there though. So I'd like a goal. I'd like a goal in this match if possible. Vlahovski. Damjanovic. Vlahovski with a decent effort from distance, but he's never going to score from there, is he? Let's face it. It's going to go miles over the top. Right, let's go positive, shall we? 10 minutes in, let's push on. I know this is the match we're supposed to probably be a bit tighter. We shouldn't really be taking risks, but let's see what happens. Vlahovski, McBride, Nadej, Damjanovic, straight to the keeper. Can we do a whole stream without a goal? Hey, you never know. You never know, Zar. That would be mad, right? Would that be impressive or really like or really frustrating. A bit of both, as it was, isn't it, really? I guess as long as we're not conceding, that's not a problem, but if we're not scoring, that is a worry. It's quite impressive. Yeah, I guess in a sense it is. Well, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can get something. Let's try and cross the ball in early. See if that helps. You cause RDF heart condition issues. Oh, RDF would be stressing his head out over this. Like, he'd hate it. The problem is because I'm tweaking, I'm now going, oh, is this not going to work? Like, this isn't. You know, everything seemed fine. Everything seemed solid. Like, don't go changing it. Damjanovic, Jones, Wilson deflected over the corner. Tiny bit of lag there, just like that. Damjanovic whips it in. No one goes near it. McBride, Lowski, Serra, Adej, Wilson. Oh, nearly. Even Franco, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Wilson's offside, apparently. Just waiting for that sucker punch coming from Burnley, I think, isn't it? Let's go a little bit more direct, actually. See if that helps. Adej has got a yellow card. Kewa's got a yellow card. Jones is struggling a bit for fitness. Wilson's on a 6-4. Give Arsenal credit, they've scored 50% of their shots. Really, only two. It's tricky, isn't it? Lowski, decent ball, but not quite enough for Brad to get to. Try to keep them where they are. Oof, over the top. Jones, 2-ram. Serra. Over the top to nobody, but maybe wait for Patson to make a mistake, possibly. I feel as though the fact we've gone direct is what's going to do us now. Because we're letting them back in the game, aren't we? Oh, 100% Arsenal. Everyone knows this. Like, Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle, all teams that had won nothing before big investment came in. Like, it's just, we all know this. You know, game at the elite level is just, it's pointless. Damjanovic, Wilson, is it offside? Oh, what a debut that would have been. He's off by quite a way, but still, it's a sign of intent, isn't it? It shows that if the ball goes in there, we might score a goal. I feel as though, like, we probably shouldn't have tried to do that. We can do it. We can do it. We just choose not to now. I actually think that's better. Wilson again, nearly with effort. Owen now whips the corner in. Headed away. Brought Vlahovsky off. Might bring Damjanovic off for Gumbau, sorry. It's not an if Arsenal, is it? It's a when. That's the problem. Two-round Bacolo. Gumbau. Owen brought down. McBride. compound an effort. I mean, come on, right? We're doing what we need to do here, right? How have we had 2 shots on target? This is madness. Wilson, he misses out. Oh, balls at the top. Oof. Get over. Right. Tell you what. Wilson's had a decent time. Let's bring him off. He's not fully fit. He's caused a bit of issue when he's had to, though. Owen goes up for it. Misses out. Schneider. Harper Cole gives the ball away. Adej. Owen. Bride. So bring the ball down. See me panicking a little bit now. Smith clears it. Don't like the fact this is a long highlight. I don't like that. Cleared away. Scantella still not cleared away. Right. You know what? Let's keep what we've got. Sunny 2K, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. I think it's another 0-0, everyone. It might be another one unless we can get a goal in from this corner. Ronnie Proctor's in with a follow as well. Welcome, Ronnie. McBride. Come on, McBride. Pull it back. Gumbau's moved off the back post. Picks it up though. Jones gives it away. I mean, dominant. No one had a shot on target. Three shots on target on the whole match. Even Wilco, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. 3 points now, the difference between ourselves and Everton. It's another 0-0, sadly. Leo Souza, who's he? Oh, not 30, no. Where are we in the league? We're currently 7th now. So we have slipped out of the playoffs. 3 points behind Everton. 3 points behind Burnley. I mean, we've look at this run of 0-0. I mean, this is incredible for not conceding a goal, by the way, but for not scoring, it's quite worrying. So defensively, we're amazing. This is quite incredible. Middlesbrough was second when we beat them 2-0. Defensively, we're really, really strong. We just need that striker. We need that goal scorer. We think it's Wilson. We've brought him in. We think it's Wilson. Maybe we just need to just tweak up here a little bit as well and get the ball in, get the ball up to the striker a bit quicker. Maybe. We need a midfield destroyer as well. Tremolada doesn't want to sign for us. Tom Howcroft. 16 mil. Doesn't have great jumping. Quite selfish. Loses possession a lot. Where's he playing? Advanced playmaker, deep line playmaker. See how those 100 sticks, desperate to make something stick. Not much luck so far, yeah. Dan FM in for 22 months. There we go, Dan. There's the one. See, that's the thing. Like, you know. I told you to be subbed around, didn't I? If you have the players for 2 DMs and 1 centre, an inverted pyramid, DMs, a DLP, and a segundo. I mean, yeah, we've done something like that, rather, to be honest, where we've had a deal like an anchor and a segundo. It's just like lush, really, really lovely. So we've sort of like tried to see if we can change them, if we can make something happen. And this is sort of like how we've ended up with this 4-3-3, where we're like, you know, how about now? Is this something that's going to be an idea? But we'll see. According to Google, the record for the most 0-0 draws in a row in the top flight is 5. We've just beaten that. Oh, okay. Oh, no, we haven't. I haven't beaten it yet. We've only got 3. So, we haven't beaten it yet. For goals conceded, for clean sheets, we've beaten it. And that's absolutely incredible. Oh, yeah, and we're not in the top flight either. So, yeah, so theoretically, there's 2 flaws in that plan then, really, at this point. But I like it. It's something for us to aim for. We can absolutely aim towards that. And you know what? You're forgiven for not realising the bit in the middle, because let's be honest, when you've drawn 7 matches 0-0, you don't presume you're going to have won one. They clearly haven't scored at all. Archie Doherty, ball winning midfielder. See, this is what we've currently got. See, this is our midfield. It's all 3 stars. Like, even if we can get like a 3.5 in there, you know, just takes us up a little bit. Like someone like a Horcroft, maybe. Like, I know we want a destroyer, but would a playmaker be better? I guess it would kind of like help create something. Doesn't want to sign. There you go. Pew, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. There's an achievement for not conceding 10 goals. Is there? Is it like the Iron Curtain or something? Where's the fans here? Fans. They're certainly not complaining just yet. Are they? Matches. Satisfied with recent results? Iron Curtain's next year's challenge. Part of the bus could be it, yeah. Damjanovic, they're not sure about. Gumbau, they're not sure about. Vishmara. And Owen isn't good enough to be in the team with Elrek, because that's sort of like maybe. Yeah, he also doesn't want to sign for us as well, so that's also a slight issue there in that one. So that's probably out then. Do we try Sandro Tonali at 35? Do we try looking for aim of the save, Roxa, is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. 35 trophies to win, and at the minute we've won 9 of them. Who wants Sharon Door? Inter. 160 grand, we're not going to get him. Alvaro Bastida. Where's Kane? I think he's just signed another 1 year extension. 35 years old. I think he's just gonna sign for 1 more year. 1 more. Should be fine. Like, I imagine that, that like Tottenham are definitely gonna win a trophy this season with that. Oji Hoon. Ability to spot a pass and create chances underlies his intelligence. Hasn't actually played this season. Everton and Peterborough want him. 7 mil. Passing, vision, 16 and 17. Nice. First touch, very good. Flair, good. Gets forward, dictates tempo. Could be an option. Could be an option. Kushkueta. With custom database and the work that goes in them, starting a Nordic Scandinavian save, just got my first job in the Faroe Islands. Lovely. Love that, Chunder. Love that a lot. Are you playing with the world pack, are you? Is that what you've gone for? Like the mega pack or something? Because I think that's something we might have to use for next year, to be honest. We'll have to use a custom database to get something. Because if we are going to do, there's like loads of like different challenges that we're discussing in the Discord. So if you're a member of the, first of all, if you remember the Discord, thank you. If you're a subscriber, you get into a secret channel, little subscribers channel. If you link your Discord, if you link Twitch to Discord, then you get into that private channel. Then we start discussing next year's saves. So you can start to like sort of have a bit of a back and forth with us and try and work out how we do this, because there's a few ideas we've got floating around that all sound a lot of fun. Practicalities wise, they might be a bit tough, some of them. So we are trying to work out what the best way of doing it is. Samu. Jack Johansson. Start to save with Lille. Nice, Will. Go. Lille's got a cracking setup, so you should be onto something there, I think. I'm thinking as well, we're going to end up with a situation where everybody is 35, aren't they? And we're not even going to be able to get anybody signed. Even Devil Always, catching up with Journeyman, say really enjoying it. Bless you, Devil Always. Appreciate that. We're getting there slowly. We're getting there very, very slowly. But it's good though. It's good that we're not rushing it, right? It means we get to take it all in. Depends whether we want to wait a few weeks for the custom database after the cycle starts. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I hadn't considered that. That could be a concern, Raggio. Especially after I'll have already been sacked probably twice in the beta, so I need to sort of have a little think of what to do instead. Still Palace, yeah. We're still Palace, yeah. We're only halfway through the season. This has taken us so long to get to this point, but we're getting our money's worth. Absolutely, we're getting our money's worth. That's why it's only showing up. Right, if I want a midfield destroyer, I want a ball-winning midfielder, really, don't I? So I'm focused on base game. Have a look at custom database if you want to put options together. Yeah, that sounds good. Like, let's just kind of have a bit of a look around and see what's what. You know what I mean? Goalless and Croydon. Here's the new title of the save, isn't it? Sadly. Desperately seeking strikers. I think Wilson is going to be the guy. I reckon he'll change things up. He'll get us some goals, but When that's going to be. Who knows? Who knows when that's going to be? I mean, right. He's only got aggression of 8. We've scouted him before, so this is the reason I've come back to him, right? He's only got aggression of 8. Determination of 15. Anticipation is 13 to 15, which is pretty good. Tackling's 14. Work rate's 14. Teamwork's 14. Jumping reach is 15. He's kind of got the skills that we like. If one of us a ball-winning midfielder, 6'4", we can call him the chat. You know, so he's essentially your representative in the save. Got the skills with like 6'4", jumping reach of 15. Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm suggesting. Like he's tall and he can jump, you know. So that's what we like. Does anyone else notice players won't join your team but will join an AI team for less pay? AI team is less rep than your team. Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Rather, I've sort of seen a little bit of it. I know what you mean. I've just put it mainly down to the fact that they don't want to join me because they don't really like me, or the fact that, you know, someone else has got a better setup than I've got. So I don't take it personally, but yeah, I can imagine it's going to be one of those things where it will end up being there's going to end up being some ones where you end up missing them. You're like, that's not good, is it? What settings of the attributes do you have set? I've got. Let's have a look. I'll show you. We slide them up every year. So excellent is 15, good is 13, and average is 10 for this one. So yeah, so obviously some players don't quite come through. I mean, this guy, for example, he's sort of got what we like. Leadership of 19, decision making of 16, anticipation of 17, jump and reach is only 13, but you know, ball winning midfielder, long shots of 17, teamwork of 15, passing of 10, marking of 10. But he's got everything else: determination, teamwork, work rate, stamina. Like, he's got what we need. He's a leader. He's not going to get us goals, though, is he? That's the problem. Like, they're also saying here, doesn't cover much distance, doesn't really pressure much, loses the ball, doesn't play progressive passes, probably gets injured quite a bit. Like, it's not brilliant. Bit meh, yeah. Like, comparing him to where have we got? I probably can't compare him actually. How much was the bubble and squeak? You are? I don't understand. I mean, there's the lad that we looked at here from Leicester. Where is he? This guy, not defensive, but vision of 16, passing of 17, dictates tempo, gets forward. He lacks a bit of acceleration for me personally. Concentration's not brilliant. Like, is he more of a concern? Even Sam T, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. 6'4" and jumping the reach of 50. Oh, okay. How much was that guy? The chat, like, 2 million quid or whatever. Like, absolutely, he's an absolute steal. This guy, yeah, like 2 million. We should probably just get him in. Gets forward to do what when he arrives? Just gets forward and say, hiya. Hello, everyone. Yeah, he is Greek. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't aware that there was some sort of rhyming slang going on. That's my bad. Right. For 2 mil, he might be all right. Probably even less than that, to be honest. He's out of contract. Guy at Leeds can do some Mizala. Not that Morente guy. We're on about the other lad that we looked at before, Murphy. This lad here, because he was our other option, wasn't he? Even Sam T. So, welcome in, first of all. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Welcome for being the first time in. It is, so the plan of the same is the British Steel Challenge. So the idea is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And we're currently on season 14, right? So we've been at it for a while. We've done it since the day the game came out. This is what we've currently won, right? So you're 14 seasons in. Everything in green is what we've won. Everything what is in yellow is what we're still competing for this season. What's in red is we can't compete for this season. We're already knocked out. As you can see, Northern Ireland we've done reasonably well. England we're doing okay. We've not won anything yet in Scotland and Wales. And this is what the trophies look like. So 2 in Banbridge in Northern Ireland, which started unemployed. No badges, no experience. Ended up at Banbridge first. Got promoted, won a trophy. So that counts. Nothing at Portadown. We won a trophy with Dungannon. We won a trophy with Linfield. Won the title in the Premiership. And won a cup. Got Oxford back into the Football League. Through the National League, won the National League, won the FA Trophy as well. Then we got ourselves promoted into League One. Nothing at East Fife in the year that we were there, and then of course we got promoted with Huddersfield as well. So promotions do count as trophies, and we're now here at Crystal Palace. Evening NYG, welcome in by the way. Tomo, joyous news, TJL Season 1 trophy arrived the other day. Get in. Love that, Tomo. It is quite a challenge, Sam. Yeah, it's quite a challenge, but it's good though. Like I'm glad that we're doing it because it's something a little bit different. But it's also like, yeah, let's just get it done, right? What snacks have we got tonight? We can have a couple of snacks. We've got there's still some biscuits in there. I think, to be honest, we can maybe try and go grab a little cheeky. So I've got a breakaway. Should we have a breakaway? A little breakaway, shall we? Who was the lad that we looked at? The Leeds fella. It was. Was it Morente? Was it that lad there? Like, see, the aggression for 19, that's what stresses me out. Like, he could do pretty well when he's not sent off. Like, you know, he hasn't been sent off yet, which is good, but he's already got 3 yellow cards and he has banned for 1 game already. So I'm kind of on the fence with him. But again, marking not very good, passing not very good, dribbling not very good. So he sort of lacks a few of those things. But Murphy looks like a good player. Now, do we play him out wide? Do we play him out wide and then maybe look? He can sort of like rotate with McBride. 14 goals. He knows where the goal is. Can he play up front? Yes, he can. You know, is it another option there? History-wise, this is the most goals he's scored so far this season. One with 12 acceleration from Leeds. Let's go back here. Morente, 13 acceleration. Was that him? Was that the lad? No. knows where the goal is. No, we don't know where the goal is. Go back to Leeds. Was it a central midfielder? Was it Lino Souza? That's the one we saw briefly looked at. He was 30. He was a central midfielder. Josimic will be him. Ruben? That guy, maybe? Also, as a CM. There doesn't seem to be anyone else there that's really plays as a centre midfielder. Josimic, we just had a look at. Cow. Probably a bit too expensive, to be honest. As I say, might be. I'm sure it's that Morente guy. Or Ruben. Might be Ruben. He could play Mazzala. He could do a bit of drifting. Although he's only just signed from Vallecano, so I can't imagine they're gonna want to sell him. That's the issue. Other issues we've got as well, of course, is that our first choice players have sort of been sold to other clubs. So we're now on our second choices, which we clearly don't have at this point. So hence why we're a bit like, now what? You know what? Let's go box to box. Actually, I don't really like using this sort of like search facility like this because I feel as though it's a little bit cheating. You wouldn't necessarily have it in real life, being like, can we search for box-to-box midfielders on your spreadsheet, do you reckon? Like, oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've got them all categorised, you know? I don't think that's the thing. Thankfully, there's no one really showing up as a box-to-box, which makes my job so much harder. There's no Carrieros, is there? Because at the minute we're doing incredibly well to sort of like stop the ball going anywhere near the goal, but making it go up the other end of the pitch is a bit of a concern. A bit trickier. He looks alright. Jumping reach lets him down slightly. Balance is good, determination's good, touch is good, tackling's good, vision's good. Neighbour at my door yelling, "You want in?" Couldn't help. Yeah, get rid of him. Ask him if he knows if there's any, if he knows of any sort of good ball winning midfielders. That would be handy. If not, tell him to go away. Don't need his help. Ball playing defender. Anybody? Sterigu 33. Monday 34. That's back again. His tackling's only 12 though. Right, let's do the other option. Right. See what the director of football comes back with. A deep line playmaker. Excellent. Who's wanted by Marseille. So that's not really that useful for us. Gino Kehrdorff. Runs with the ball through the middle. Gets forward. Tackling 14. Passing 13. Teamwork. Work rate. Stamina. Determination. That's what we like. Good positioning. He seems like he knows what he's doing, this lad. 4 goals as well. 5 assists. Gonna bounce now, get the Bruins game on. Yeah, no worries, Rogue. You go and get yourself sorted, man. That's get your hockey on. Give me a chat, give me a buzz in the Discord. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. This guy looks handy. $6 million, 13-ish grand. That's not too bad, you know. That's not bad at all. Matic Kipot. Work rate 9. All this is lovely. Can't be arsed. First touch, flair, decision making, technique, vision. I mean, he can play apparently at centre half with tackling of 6. Libero. I don't know. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Connor Taylor at Stoke, 34, 6'5". Another 35-year-old, 31, Zako. Okay. Still Blackburn players. Still insisting on trying to find Blackburn players. Right, you know what? I quite like the look of those two actually. I like the look of the Greek lad, and I like the look of that Gino actually. Good championship player. The thing is that are we just going for championship players, or are we going for players that are going to push us into the Premier League? He'll be booted out as soon as we get up, but is that our problem going forward? Not really. Let's see if we can knock the price down a bit. 4 mil. And I'm going to have a quick little try of Hawcroft as well. Release fee. Right, okay. Let's just see if anything can happen with it. Hawcroft, no interest in joining. Excellent. That's that sorted out then. What about the Korean lad? Do we not like? This is the list of players that they've brought in, isn't it? So, filter by position, shall we? Henry Lawrence plays everywhere. We had him at Peterborough a few years back. Love that guy. In fact, actually, let's have a look at the recommendations first. Then we'll go into detail as to where they play. Noah Andrews. No nonsense. Tackling 17, marking 14. Plays simple passes. We need someone who's going to play a bit more risky passes. But he looks good, though. It was very, very good. Jumping reach 16. Bravery 19. Anticipation 15. He looks the part. Bilic. Vargas from Leeds. 24. £37 million. It's decent. Bone. Bellerin. Grimes is a fullback, 47 million quid. We're not getting him, are we? I mean, he's not going to be too expensive, is he, Hoon? Really? You wouldn't think. obviously I'm conscious as well that we've got a reasonable amount of money, but what's going to inevitably happen is that money's going to get swept up very, very quickly. With a couple of small signings, then someone decent's going to come up and we're going to be like, oh shit, we forgot to go and buy him, didn't we? Yeah, that's where we're going to get stuck. Goalkeeper. Oh, Jam, thoughts? Hello, buddy. I did, yeah. Did I didn't shout you out earlier, did I? Yeah. Go and follow Jam, by the way. Go and give Jam a follow. He's a top man. Top man. We love Jam. Nigel Jones, we looked at, central defender. See, this is the part of the save that I really enjoy when you get into this bit where everyone is starting to become like people that you don't necessarily know. So it's like, who the hell are we going to try and sign here? Like, I don't know, no idea who these people are. This is the best bit. This is the best bit because like all these transfers are either going to be incredible and like that's what you got to work with. You're like, oh god, do you remember that guy that we bought? You know, that's never going to turn up anyone else's universe. Or they're going to be awful and go, hey, remember that guy who's like really, really crap that we bought in our universe? It's going to be that as well. Start a new Blackburn save. Any tips? Stick with it, I guess, is the only tip I would give you. Like, just get your tactics set, get your finances in order, and have fun. Have fun. There's nothing that like. I guess there's no real sort of advice you can give really, like because every save is different and it depends upon how you want to play the save as well. Like I know that sounds like a massive cop out answer, but you know the stream we played 10 games without goals. This is the one. This is the one. I like the look of this guy actually, Tom Hayes. Is he a Mazzala? Tackling of 7's not good. Has he just moved? No, he hasn't. Is he the Mazzala? He's kind of got a bit of everything, hasn't he? Dribbling's good, off the ball's good, work rate's decent, vision's pretty handy, passing's good, technique's good. Tackling is dreadful though. I mean, what would we rather have? Would we rather not play games for 2 streams, or would we rather not score goals for 2 streams? That's the question, isn't it? Like, because I think we have to do either or at this point. Like, we're in that balancing moment of like, well, you know, we could try and be better, but unfortunately, it means that we will score goals, or we're not going to do better, which is fine, and that's where we are. Games get in the way, yeah, 100%. Slows the whole thing down. Like, if anything, if we could just fast forward to pre-season, things would be great. In fact, I'm glad you mentioned that, Arsenal, right? Because there was a question on Football Manager Therapy, which I listened to this week. If you've not listened to it, right, go and check it out. As you all know, you know my old podcast, but go and check it out, right? If you don't already do so. And they were talking about what they liked during the streaming and what they didn't like. And what they didn't like apparently was transfer windows and stuff. They were like, oh, do we just skip past that? Like people going like, oh, I do all that stuff off stream, like the summer transfer window, they do it off stream. And I'm like, could you imagine if I turn around to you lot and said, all right, look, just so you know, season's finished, I'll see you next stream where I'll have done all of the transfers. And I'm like, no, like you lot would kick off royally for a start. Because we spend, and I text Rich straight away, I was like, you do realise that like we spend at least 2 streams just doing transfers? And he's like, yeah, I know. I know. But yeah, so that might have caused a bit of a back and forth, because I was like, no, this is the best bit when you get in, because my thought was that what we do is we all get together and we're all essentially like if we're spending so long putting the team together, we all kind of feel a little sense that it's our team and that we've all had a say on the decision making process. So if someone picks a player out that turns out to be a worldie, it's like, yes, like I can't believe that I'm over the moon that I discovered him, or I found him, like, yeah, awesome. Or conversely, of course, it's like, oh god, I can't believe that we signed that guy. And I was like, yeah, sounds about that. Like, I recommended it. That's my fault. We have these moments where we're sort of sitting going, not Paul Ward again. Like, it's just not happening. Where you start one stream, the grand reveal was Paul fucking Ward. Oh, imagine that. Imagine going through the squad at the end of the season with a pen and pad as legendary content. Oh, that is I love that. I love that as my thing. This is we have to do this. This is like a TJ stream all the way through. Like, pens and paper, here we go. This is what we're doing. But I can't find a player because I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I go for the scout and click on a button tab and scout players, go to there, edit search and put the stats in. And I want to load it until someone comes up. Oh, no. Not for me. Not for me. All I want for Christmas is a goal. At the minute, we don't have a goal of the month competition. He's interesting. We chip in and transfers more than we can on matches. Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, matches is all just like, oh, press more, go attacking, change that, and it's like, well, yeah, there's not much we can do. Like, the game decides what happens, not us. That's pretty much where it is. Jumping reach 18, acceleration's only 12, but vision of 11. It's not a lot for teamwork for ball playing, is it? It's not bad as a defensive midfielder, mind. Salazar, libero, 20 years old, 6'3", jumping reach of 16. Composure's not very good, mine, to be honest. Passing, vision of 11, teamwork of 17, work rate of 16. Could he play as a ball player? Composure's not great. That composure isn't great. The remaining lad would be a great centre back. That's what I was thinking. Like, take him out of that defensive midfield role, stick him as a centre back. Where's he gone? This lad here. If I'm going to centre half, positioning's good, teamwork's good. He can probably pass. Like, we can make him a ball playing centre back. Good jumping reach as well. Like, he might be the one. Relishes big matches as well. 56th in the league for key headers. That's quite low, to be honest. He's not a DM at 6'6". He's not. But if we played with two DMs, then he goes as a halfback, doesn't he? Could have problems with injuries. Okay, now they're not lying, are they? It's the remaining Jonathan Woodgate. £18 million. £18 million. There's, they will sell. They will sell mid-season. He'd be interested in a loan. We can see. We might be able to do something with him. Maybe. That's a new defensive record. 7 games without conceding. We're going to start doing 7 games without scoring at this rate. Right, Everton have made an offer for Ji-hoon. Do we like him? I think he's decent. We haven't sold anybody more than Naga. What is he? I guess that's the thing. He's a playmaker. I think he's central midfield and attack, possibly. Central midfield and attack, I reckon, for this lad. He plays Mazzala. Technically, doesn't that good. Could generate an extra £1 million a year in marketing revenue. There you go. Teamwork of 11 is a good point, actually. Yeah. Enjoys big matches though. Dictates tempo, makes him imagine he waves his arms around like an orchestral deductor. Work rate of 10, yeah. Right, Forest are trying to get the chat in on a free. So let's be a bit worried about that then. Bremen and Malaga are in. Asani, no, he's not one of ours. £9 million for Tok. Greek is better than Dempsey was. Dempsey, yeah. That's fine. Accept that. Wilson to be unveiled. Here we go. Saving his breath. Saving is brilliant. So, the Greek and Gino would be a very interesting midfield partnership, I think. Let's give him 30, actually, if we try and fend off some interest from abroad. Still need a new striker though, don't we? That's the thing, because we haven't said that Caleb's going, but Caleb is wanted as well, so we could potentially lose Caleb. We could still end up losing Militao. We could still end up losing Mambenda. Kroll, we obviously might look to just cut his loan deal. Skoutelis hasn't really scored either, so we might still need to look at a striker. Then we go back into the whole, like, right, well, you know, what's the best idea? Does it show what foot they are on the tail skin? Yeah, it does, yeah. Right, Naga's gone. So hoping that Golubovic can ease the pain of the departure. There you go. Right, Leon seemed desperate to sign this guy, to be honest. So should we just sell him for 10 million quid? Where can you see it? You can see it on here. Footing. Strong left foot, very strong left foot, reasonable right foot. I guess £10 million to get rid of him's not too bad. We can always replace him. I mean, you can consider your future organ, mate. You're off to Leon, so that's one less person to complain about, to be honest. Right, and the Greek team are like, well, hang on, we don't want 200 grand for him. It's like, well, everyone else is taking him for free, so come on. Do you know what I mean? Maybe consider that 200 grand's not too bad. What does he look like? Doesn't enjoy big matches. Okay. Right. Luton next. See if we get a goal. See. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Right, we're not selling them to Middlesbrough. Okay, we need a new captain. Give it to Turam, and then give Rory Wilson the vice captaincy. This is Rory Wilson's time, okay? Get us a goal against Luton, please. That's all we need. All right, Damjanovic has trained well in training, which means I can't now drop him. I was thinking maybe we pull him out, put Gumbau in. It's nice to see that they're expecting us getting a draw here. They want to see Golubovic make his debut. Okay, now we're talking. Fans want to see Golubovic, and that's what you'll see, right? Here he comes. McBride needs a rest. Oh, hang on. Can he play Mazzala? Or at least centre midfield on attack. Let's see how he fits there, shall we? 14 games to beat in the league with Donny, strengthened even more in January. 3 games into February, 2 losses already. It's often the way, isn't it? It's often the way. Right, here we go. Right, we need the chat in. The chat has to sign. We're going all out for him, okay? Come and sign for us. Youngsters out injured. Right, Vlahovsky, fitness test. Wilson, fitness test. Come on, boys. Let's have it. Right, we need a win. We need a win. We need a goal. Is what we need. Okay, let's make it happen. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can. Golubovic is making his debut. That should count for something, right? At the very least, let's have another defensive clean sheet. Thuram throwing himself in there, nearly getting himself sent off after 15 seconds. Going to score 5 now. Yeah, but it's going to be 5 goals before the end of the season, I think. So that'll be all we're going to get. We've had a shot. We've had a shot on target. 70% possession. We're high. Look at them. Bunched in narrow. This might be the way to play against us. If we're playing a bit wide, if they're going straight down the middle, this might be them doing. Oh, we've conceded. Now what? Now what we're supposed to do? Now we panic, exactly, because now 0-0's not an option. DV Cast, welcome in, appreciate the follow. Like, do we still go narrow? Do we go narrow to counteract them, or do we go wide still? I've been in this position before. Imagine with the corner. Oh, no. What's happened? Luzek's had an absolute mare there. Oh, Jesus. Now we have to score. We really have to now. Like, there's not even like, oh, there's only one. Like, is sure that really counts? Like, this is panic stations. Thuram. Damjanovic not chasing it down. Look how much space they've got. Thuram intercepts. Oh, it's found its way through at Wilson. We might need 5. We are going to need them all, aren't we? All of those goals, mate. Scolari in with 8 months. Appreciate you, Scolari. Very, very kind of digging his Wilson through. Like, we are sitting high, aren't we? That's the problem. Like, it's not like there's anything we're struggling with, right? Give the ball straight to them. Drops away, there's another corner. This is like madness first half. So it's proof that the tactic isn't unbeatable, right? There's that, which we knew was the situation anyway, right? But now we need something. ball, Damjanovic down the line. Doesn't quite put it back, does he? Sometimes it's just like roll the ball into Wilson. That would probably help. Head away now. On the counter. If I go to attack, then they're just going to ping the ball over the top of us, aren't they? Let's go wide, pass into space, see if that helps. Well, I'm partly thinking that we need to go narrow with them and just squeeze the play. By us going wide, there's like all this pitch for them to play back into. I need a bit more pace in the wing. 16. He's got 15 pace, that's the thing. Actually, maybe not. The caller can go there, can't he? Actually, let's do that. I think Thuram throwing himself in after 15 seconds maybe set the tone all wrong. Damjanovic giving the ball away again. Nicely tackled by Wilson. Golovsky. Damjanovic over the top. It's a yellow now as well. Golovsky. Ball out to Jones. Damjanovic, just pull it back. Another tower the header. Is the Swede left-footed? He is, believe it or not. Believe it or not. He just hooked it back over across his goal as well. Bags, get a ticket to Austria, get a job there for a few years. Could do, couldn't we? You know what we said about that TNS job? Not looking so silly now, is it? Yeah? Right. Do we go narrow then rather than wide and just try and force through the middle? Because going wide hasn't really worked, has it? Even though the fact that they're narrow. Wilson's in there, Damjanovic in there. Penalty ref? No? Oh, come off it. More direct, go more expressive. Just do everything. Just try and do whatever we can do. Shit result. Absolute shit result. Then there's the cup next, but it's more about the league, obviously. We need to get some results in the league, but this is against the bottom of the league. No idea what's happening. See what we can do. We have to change and make it sort of narrow 4-3-3. So my transfer windows are better than games. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were doing all right in the transfer window, weren't we? It was the actual football that's the issue. I mean, what we do now, I've got no idea. Like, 3 up top, see if that works. I'll tell you what, let's go narrow then. Hit early crosses. It's going to be 3-0, isn't it? I can tell. Right, long ball. Just smash it forward, lads. Eighth now, 6 points behind Everton. Outplayed again, like absolutely outplayed. There's no redeeming features of this performance. That's the problem. It's just one of those games, isn't it? Is it like a bit of sort of lethargy that's like sort of settled into the team? Is it? And they're sort of like, oh well, you know, this is sort of where we are. There's not much we can do now. And they just sort of went, well, that's probably about where it is. It'll work out reverse 3-4-3. Maybe. Oh. Wow. Unbelievable. Gluzek hasn't conceded a goal for 7 matches. He's now let 3 in, 2 clangers. That's the thing. 2 clangers as well. We're just not scoring. Like, how are we not scoring? Do you know what I mean? It's like we just turned the taps off. The balls over the top aren't working because they're sitting too deep. 3-0 defeat. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting performance. Right, so unbeaten runs over. That's fine. Now we can still can't score. Yeah, single forward doesn't get enough service. No. But then let's look at it this way, though. Right? Okay. Up until recently, yes, they have, because they've been getting goals before that, right? Even rebellious. How are you, buddy? You know, again, are we going to deviate off one bad result and go, right, that's horrific, therefore everything needs scrapping and changing again? I think we've just got possibly, you know, it's maybe just the wrong players again. Maybe the wrong players and the wrong thing. So maybe the inverted winger isn't actually working as much. We're not really. What would get us a bit more lowering the tempo? Work the ball off. Work the ball in the box off and just let the players do what they want to do. Would that work? Because everything else is like we're pressing, we're countering, you know, we're playing high aggressive football. Just not taking a chance. We're just not taking a chance to get the ball into the box and have a goal. You know, that's the problem. The bloody team things come off again. Positive mentality is probably the first thing, yeah. In fact, the goals aren't happening is definitely a concern, though. Inside forward, get the inside forward into the box to try and help get a goal. Yeah, that's maybe a shout. How many players have you bought? Don't panic, go about the initial tactics and don't tweet too much. See, that for me makes a lot of sense. Don't panic. Don't panic just yet. We've bought a lot of players. We bought 15 players before we even start accounting for the players that are coming in now. So, there's gonna be a bit of sort of like time that's gonna be like, right, are they gonna gel? Wilson's just come in. He's not fully fit. Teamwork training, probably. That's not a bad shout. The thing is, we've got a bit of time now, so we could do teamwork. We can do tactics here as well, and then we'll send them on the bevy, right? Chance creation, chance conversion here. Okay, we want attacking movement maybe, and then transitional play. Ball retention. See, because then we're actually keeping the ball as well. That's the thing. It's attacking corners, set piece delivery, defending corners, chance conversion, attack. Yeah, there you go. So we'll do that, right? And that sort of seems a nice balance there. That will maybe put some tactical work in there possibly as well. Actually, maybe another teamwork. Copy that, paste it there, paste it there, paste it there. Obviously, if we bring more players, and then those players are going to need to take a bit of time to get used to things as well, aren't they? That's the worry. There we go. Encourage them all to be a bit better. Come on, we'll do better than this. Some players want to go, so Caleb wants to go. Tok wants to go. So I guess if we can get these players out as well, that might help us with a bit of sort of like, atmosphere around the club. So that's maybe another thing that we need to consider. And then we also have to consider 4-4-2. Right. Checked how happy they are, so as the screen is helpful. What the overall happiness? Let's have a little look, shall we? They can be as happy as I tell them to be. Get some frustration resolved. Just a bit in the dynamics. Many of the players haven't formed meaningful relationships. Okay, so we go back to that mentoring then, don't we? Where's the mentor groups? Training? Mentoring, yeah. Why is it not there again? Right. Done. We had that in before. 4-4-2 diamond. Maybe rather. Maybe. Yeah, maybe Gumbau comes in here. Maybe McBride goes up top. It's possible. If that's the situation, we need a better fullback. Because I don't think Jones is good enough to get up and down and put crosses and stuff in, so... How's the crossing attributes in the wingers and fullbacks? McBride's crossing's 11. It's not brilliant. Adej, 10. Gumbau, 14. So we'll take Z off because he's not been playing there all the time. Jones, 11. Damjanovic, 13. Right footer, not left footer. So that's obviously why he likes to cut inside. He also plays a no-nonsense, does he? Right, fine. You can play as no-nonsense centre-back. Not that it makes a blind bit of difference. Just play your football, mate. Probably need something better with the formation. Yeah. Thing again, though, is that up until this point, it's not been dreadful. It's just... And I am starting to think, is this just a sticky patch? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it just something that we're sort of like, you know, yeah, we haven't scored. Even Stig, welcome in. How are you, buddy? Welcome in, Raiders. Nice to see you all. So we're carrying over DLP and DLP for halfback. See, that's very similar to what we've done before as well. But the problem is that we don't have anyone who can really play halfback yet. Yeah, so we are trying to bring someone in who might be able to do that. And the DLP was only there because the player that was playing in that position was actually short. So we've moved the DLP here because he's bigger. So hopefully we can get something happening. But it depends upon a couple of deals coming off. Fingers crossed that might solve that problem. But defensively, we're pretty sound. Like, we're all right. Last match, of course, is you know, we can ignore that last match. So that was shocking against a team who was sat bottom of the league, I think, and they just made us look ridiculous. But we can. It's goal scoring. Goal scoring is the problem right now. The whole game's going to be interesting. We can play in the FA Cup, as you know, as the closing says there. Bit of pressure off, but just going to be interesting to find out if either of these two midfield signings come through. Because if they do, then that might change that a little bit in the middle up. Injury, cold. Transfer window's just ticking through now as well. Ruben looks all right. Looks fine. Oh, was that the young lad that they recommended? £37 million. I mean, he looks all right, doesn't he? Do we think he looks fine? Renato Paracco? He looks decent for 18, doesn't he? Is he going to be good now, though? That's the question. Like, is he someone to look out for when we're in the Premiership and be like, right, okay, he's a great player? Is he going to get us into the Premiership? That's the question. Because at this point, we need to really decide who does what. Rennes have made a bid for him. Barcelona have made a bid for somebody. It's fine. Tock's gone to Lyon. Fine, we have 10 million quid. I'm inclined to agree with you, Leclosian. I don't think that's the guy who gets into. I don't think that's the guy who gets us into the Premiership. Days of the window gone. I just want some good news. Actually, we might have some good news. Actually, Paracco. I think it looks like we've got Gino and the chat. That could be the two midfielders that we were looking for. So, for 4 million quid, we think we might have fixed the midfield. How much was Gino in for? What's he on? Capped at under 19 level. They would have said if there's like no chance of him getting the work permit, wouldn't they? Well, 6 million quid, sorry, for him. Would gain a work permit. Excellent. Right, so Gino looks like he's coming in. And then the chat looks like he's coming in as well. For 2.5 mil. So he could potentially be the guy who's going to get his foot in and break play up. Gino can start moving things around, and then someone else needs to pick the ball up and start passing it around. But that's an entire new midfield at that point, isn't it? So that's the point there where I come back and go, would he fit in with a new midfield? Acceleration of 11. Passing and vision of 15 and 16. First touch of 16. Determination of 16. Teamwork of 16. Stamina is 12. Fitness is 17. He might, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit dazzled. Where are QPR? Oh, they're Premier League, okay. He'll go to Premier League rather than coming to us anyway. I'm unsure at this point. I'm unsure. Because the other option is that we consider putting Vlahovsky as the DLP. Because he's got vision, he's got passing, he's got teamwork, he's got work rate. He can dribble the ball. Feels like we're wasting his dribbling by having him like deeper. Best roles in the band's playmaker rather than, yeah. Yeah, we had some joy with Caleb as a number 10. But that's back to the 4-2-3-1, isn't it? Is that... Fans are expecting us to beat Hull. Where are Hull? Oh, League One. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Cup giant killing incoming. Right, positive mentality. This will get ugly if we can't beat Hull. I know. Yeah. It's going to get bad, isn't it? It's going to get bad. Let's hope it doesn't, right? Let's hope it doesn't. Okay. Let's hope it's fine. Has to be fine. TNS might sack their new manager soon. Be a bit more expressive. Passing the space as well, actually. Okay. Let's go for it. Our look's got to change at some point, surely. Right? I mean, technically it changed against Luton, but our look has to change in a positive sense soon. Bride's away. Just tackled. Caller's already a yellow card. We're not going down to 10 men. He's going to have to come off if he's Let's ball through Volofsky. So we know where the goal is. We know it's there. Hold across. The other way. Good bow. Nope. Zuzek. Out to Serra. Robert Smith. Gumbau. I am quite impressed though if we managed to go an entire stream so far. That goal. McBride! We can't do it. It does happen. There we go. Turn the stream off. We've done what we had to do. We've ended on a -2 net goals. Definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. Vlahovsky picking the ball up. Here's Wilson. Miles back. McBride up top. Slots it home. Have the floodgates open. Have the floodgates open, Z. That would be impressive if they have. Jones. Inbound. Jones. Oh, look at that. Lovely football. Yeah. Hello, NASA. I'd like to report a UFO, please. What do you mean a UFO? Well, we think it might have been a goal for Crystal Palace, but we're not sure. Unidentified. Wilson nods over the bar there. We have put a lot of faith in Wilson as well, being the answer to our prayers. Go on, he scored loads of goals for Preston. He'll clearly be the guy. Clearly be the guy. He better be the guy. 7 shots in 15 minutes. 1 goal though, that's the thing. We are against lower league opposition, so we should be able to get some element of morale coming through now. Like, you would think. As I say, like, if we lose this match, then it's like pens and paper draw board stream on Friday. Stand them up. It's fine. Over the top's fine. Over the top is fine. Who's that? Robert Smith. Nicola. Vlahovsky. McBride over the top. Wilson! Get your football, draw a face on it. Wilson's here. Opens his account for the Palace. Up the fucking Eagles. Here we go. He's off the mark. McBride with the ball through. Wilson with the volley. 2 goals. Do your eyes deceive you, chat? Do your eyes deceive you? I hope not. I hope not. Big spoilt now, yeah. Game's fixed. Game's rigged. Attack this OP. Change it all. You know. Get it going. Look at those. Look at that attacking 5 there. As far as the playmakers working, yeah, it just seems to be having a benefit, doesn't it? I think now the fact that Wilson's got off to a start, that should settle him a bit, and then hopefully we can start seeing a few more coming. Start there, flying in. About. Jones. Oh, we're just toying them with them at the minute, aren't we? Only 57% possession though. 15 shots, 7 on target. So still, like, we're still quite wasteful. Still 9 shots off target. Only 2 clear-cut chances. It's a decent first half. Piccolo, I think, will bring off just because he's obviously got that yellow card and we don't want him to get suspended. So let's keep as is. Good first half. Very, very good first half. Gumbau intercepts Wilson. McBride. Free kick ref. Blofsky. We all said when we signed Blofsky, we're like, isn't that Modric? Is that just he looks like a bit like Modric, really? So I thought he was wasted out wide. I thought he was a deep line playmaker or a roaming playmaker, but I appreciate everyone in the chat who's went, nope, try him as an advanced playmaker. Seems to be having a decent effect in this match, to be honest. So yeah, good pick. Is the National League in FM23? Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed, Storm Bale. McBride pulls it back. Wilson with a header again. Yeah, it's licensed as well in FM23. And of course, you've got National League North and South as well. And then you can get some custom database as well, which take you all the way down to tier 14. Gumbau at the back post. I think everyone's being a bit wasteful just because it's in terms of the. Are we trying to check players wasteful in terms of their shots? It's probably just we've only had like a couple of chance conversion training, but if they're taking more chance and being more expressive as well, that might account for it. Oof. How are Wrexham looking? Wrexham are very, very strong in the game, so it's super easy to win the league with Wrexham. But yeah, in terms of what they're like in our universe, as Leclawson says, yeah, we're 14 seasons in, so they're nowhere, to be honest. But if you start the game and you're trying it yourself, then yeah, Wrexham's a good start. Around, nice ball, but Bride brings it down, doesn't control it enough. Nadej back inside. Robert Smith. Gumbau. Jones. Thuram queuing up now, aren't they? Bride straight at the keeper. To get a new owner patch. What do you mean? What do you want them to have the owners taken off, or? Send some perhaps a Notts County fan, maybe. Oof. Save from defender getting involved there. Right, 3-0. Pretty happy with that. Starting to give the ball away a little bit now, though, which is concerning, but it's fine. We'll just bring a couple of new players on and give them some game time. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with those two new midfielders if we can stick them in, because I think they might fit pretty handy where Militao and Thuram are. Yes, they are. They do start as the owners in the game because they are obviously their last season. So yeah, 3 goals, chat. We're on net zero goals this stream now. We've scored 3, we've conceded 3. That's been it in all the games we've played. all of our goals have come in 2 games. halfway through the transfer window as well. So, looking at the time, let's play the final game. Let's play the Everton game. You're not still on the channel with Stalton. No one's coming back for goals, are they? It's literally like that is. we started at Plymouth. It took us until Luton to get some goals, and it took us till Hull to get a goal for ourselves. It's worrying, isn't it? Right, tomorrow we should hear back from the work permit people. The chat is in. Transfer budget of 54 million quid. Get in. In he comes. It's just a blip. You always seem to have an off month. Yeah. I think that's right. I think most people do, don't they, to be honest? Well, most people don't. Most people know what they're doing. I like the look of this guy. I really do. I think him in place of Bacola, if he goes there, then that's going to be a good partnership. Jumping reach of 15, so he can even fit here if needs be. Right, but if we're going to stick him in here, then he can play as a carrier, can play as a ball winning midfielder. He then just gives us that little bit. He's got a bit of acceleration, teamwork's good, stamina, strong, tackling. Hopefully he can be the guy that can just break the play up. Reasonably creative ball winner, nice. Yeah, he's a good option, isn't he? Let's have a quick look for a left back, actually, because we might be caught short with a left back, given the fact that we've sold one. I mean, he's not bad, actually, is he? I say he's a winger, but acceleration 15. No matter what team you are, we've seen have a terrible month between April and February. Yeah, we certainly do. We certainly do. Like, I think it's easy to look at everyone else and go like, oh, they have a much better time than we do, and just seem to forget that, well, it's not always the situation, is it? Because yeah, everyone else seems to win all the time apparently, but then you look sort of beyond that and you're like, actually, no, you know what, we're having a nicer time, so it doesn't really matter. Right, let's play this Everton game. It's going to take us 10. So that'll give us 10 days of the transfer window left, which is fine. I think at that point we'll know exactly where we are. Matthias Sura. It's another defend player Fulham that we liked. Sankovic, but £67 million. I just want to buy AC Milan. Not coming to us, is he? Let's be honest. Could be an option. Dribbling and crossing a 13, acceleration of 15. Felix Plummer, 5 foot. Oh, actually, he looks alright, doesn't he? Brooklyn McCluckley on loan from Man U. 6'5". Take over existing loan deal. What do you reckon? It's 5th in the championship for sprints. Covers distance. Gives the ball away a lot though. Could be a concern. Sebastian Caddy, another Caddy. 5'11", I'm not convinced by. Dribbling, can't cross the ball, but good dribbling. So let's look at these players on Friday. Guys will be here all night, and I'll get this Everton game done because they're 6th, we're 7th. I'd at least like to see what we can do. You know. I'd say what else is going to be interesting. Where are Huddersfield? Where have Huddersfield ended up in the league? Up to 15th now. That's good. At least they're doing something. We're 6 behind Everton. Right. There's Wardy banging them in. Hello, Dennis Knox. We haven't brought Wardy in. Rory Wilson's just scored his first goal for the club. That's what we're all excited about. We've just signed Gino Kierdorf there. It's a new lad on the in the squad. Right, 4th round of the FA Cup. Who are we gonna get? Tottenham. Great. Let's just cross the FA Cup off as well then, shall we? So we already played Tottenham in the League Cup. Tottenham, who of course are our parent club. We've got a link up with them. But apparently we have to play them again. Right, sign that. Get it done. Let's not talk about backup goalkeepers at this point, who were brought under, who I must admit I did sign under false pretenses. Told me he's going to be a first choice goalkeeper and he's not. Plan was always to sign a better one. Right, Everton game, then raid, and then we'll finish off the transfer window on Friday. Hopefully Spurs show up. Well, hope so, but you can never tell, can you? That's the thing. Right, here's Gino. Get him on the bench as well. Now what's Gino saying? Right, do we say Gino is a DLP, do we? Is that what we're thinking? Runs with the ball, gets forward. There's box to box, isn't he? we can play DLP as well. So he could potentially cover for Thuram. So if we put Thuram, so we put the chat here as a defensive midfielder, a DLP there, and an AP. That's too many playmakers, isn't it? Jumping reach of 9, so he needs to be higher. He needs to be in that slot rather than that slot, I think. Because otherwise he's not going to be able to intercept the balls when they come over the top. That's my thinking. Or, as we said before, we play that 2 DMs, 1 just in front. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Preston have signed him from Man U. Nice. Interesting. Right, we need to continue this goal scoring, this rich vein of goal scoring form that we've just had against Hull, which was exquisite. There was £7 million buyout on him, is there? Don't know what they've done with £7 million, but fair enough. I'm going for him. Quite tempted by that lad from Leeds as well, actually. What do we think? 15 mil? $14 goals in 24 games. I think he feels like an option, doesn't he? Great, another injury. Excellent. Good record at a higher level. And it's at this level he's scoring goals in this league. That's the thing. Leeds are top of the table. So again, it's that thinking of let's try and destabilise teams that we would like to class as rivals. I know it's pretty hard to class a team who's 20 points clear of us as a rival, but you know, we'd like to think that we can be up there if at some point. Yeah, go on then. You can have him. Take a young lad as well. Go on then, go for it. Golobovic can come on the bench. Right, same team, but the chat is involved. Do we think? That's probably the right way to do it, isn't it? We'll go positive again. Right, next number 8. Well, you know what? 88 is 2 number 8s. Gino can have number 17. Come on then, Palace. Let's have it. Palace in red and blue, Everton in yellow. 3 points incoming, please. That's what we'd like. Let's try and build on that performance against Hull. See what the new sign of the chat looks like. Gino on the bench as well. It's two new midfield options. Oh, giving the ball away. Off the line. Well played, Sarah. High mouth moment there. Right, they're pushing forward, aren't they? Quite high up. Can we hit on the break? We need the ball off them first. Nice tackle. Well played. Moving it around. No one's in that channel though. There was a suggestion of regroup beforehand rather than chasing them down. I don't know if that's a better idea. It's more balanced for now. Let's also, actually they've taken it off, haven't they? Very expressive. Let's see if that works. Nice ball at the top. Wilson's through. Holds it up. Back to the chat. Jones. Velofsky from distance. Just over the top. Better. Of course, Everton again in attack now. Foot in. Oh. Right, 1-0 down. Why he's not put his foot in here, man? I don't know. Oh, he's 22, 2 ran. Yeah. Just maybe getting caught a little bit out of the game a bit at the minute, 2 ran. His legs finally starting to give up. Positive. Passing the space again. Slipping down to 9th now. 7 points behind Burnley. 9 points behind Everton. This is the point when you start to be like, are we second guessing ourselves again? McBride. 2 round. See, well, some of the football's quite nice. The passing movement's nice, but we're just not really going anywhere with it. Nice ball at the top. McBride brings it down. Velofsky miscontrols. 2 round. Velofsky Gumbau. Better, but I do feel like lacking a little bit of composure. Offside. Simple balls, just giving things away. Ball at the top, that'll do. Just takes too long to bring it down. Nicely run back. Velofsky loses it again. Are we playing at too high a tempo? Is that the problem? The players are just like letting the ball bounce off themselves. Here's Gumbau. McBride. A nice ball in. McBride. Oh, nearly. It's just slight tempo down just a smidge. It's better though. Velofsky held away. McBride picks it back up. Jones is never going to score. Free kick for Everton. 9 shots, 2 on target. Everton 4 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. Right, Thuram's coming off. Gino's going on. DLP. Halfback. See if that works. So keep us a carry also now. Shouldn't we have a DLP and an AP together, should we? Or, actually, is this the match where we go, fuck it, put them there. He can be the DM. He can be the DLP. And then he can go just behind. Attacking mid. That way. Even Leemore, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Big shout, of course, to Leemore. Hope you're well. Nice to see you, buddy. Hope life's treating you good. You've joined us just as your bloody Everton side are beating us. We're having a terrible time so far. We've only scored 3 goals all stream. And yeah, we went 7 games without conceding, but we've also gone 5 games without scoring. So we haven't had I think the last match we played was against Hull. It was in the cup, the FA Cup, and that's been the goal of the month tournament because we've actually scored in that match. But yeah, other than that, like, defensively we look fine, but we're just not doing anything when we get the ball, unfortunately. We've had to turn to the dark side now. 4-2-3-1. Things are really, really not working. Kid off. Sarah heads over the top. Just confused now. We know that we've brought a lot of players in. We know they need time to gel. We know that that's the thing. We know we're not expected to be in the playoffs this year, but we know that given the fact that we've got a challenge where we have to win everything, we could do with getting promoted. You know, that would be helpful. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like we're going to lose this one now. I'm not entirely sure how. That's the problem, like, because Everton haven't really offered much up until the last few minutes here. They took the lead with their only shot on target in the first half. But then look at that. 12 shots from us, 2 on target. That's so wasteful. So wasteful. Here's Kadorf. He's not going to get anything over there, is he? Players just like sort of standing next to players, not even tackling. Going to concede on the counter attack. – 2-0. There you go. That's where we're at with that one. You see it coming. You're just like, okay, fair enough. This is where we are. This is what's going to happen. It'll be fine. Maybe. Who knows? Somewhere along the line we'll be able to get a goal, but I don't know how or when. not good enough. Not good enough again. How much money have we got? So much money. So much money, Mac. Like, probably too much money, I would say. $52 million. I've got more than enough money to do whatever I need with. 5 without a win. So this is where we start. We started here at Plymouth. 3-0-0s and a 3-0 defeat. Then a 3-1 win. Then a 2-0 defeat. Everton, Barnsley, Preston. That's, well, yeah, spend a lot is exactly what we're trying to do, but it's spending it wisely is what we need to do. You know, we need to make sure that we spend it properly, because I mean, we might end up with a second season at Crystal Palace. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that that's how that might happen. So let's have a think. Appreciate you all being in, of course. Genuinely been fun. We're going to raid Zanderson now, so go and make sure you drop him a follow. And of course, as I say, thank you so much. Take it easy. We'll see you all on Friday. Hopefully we'll score. Fingers crossed. You never know. Right, take it easy, everyone. All the best. Bye now.